Young fans just need to be exposed to the new things that are happening, because there are a lot of young guitar players, a lot of young singers and keyboard players out here right now that are doing the blues, man, and loving it. That's why I sing the blues. To a certain extent, people have tried to commercialize the blues, almost like some sort of Las Vegas theme club, you know. And because of that commercialization of the blues, you know, I mean, it's like, let's put the suit on, let's do all the right stuff, let's get the haircut, you know, and do all the right stuff, and let's look like a blues man, and you know, we're gonna pull this off. Or you know, when it really boils down to it, and you're talking about appealing to somebody's soul, that don't work. Because you can appeal visually to the eyes. You can even appeal orally to the ears. But you can't appeal to the soul unless you're doing the real thing. See, there's a such thing as singing to the soul. It goes right past the ears. The ears don't even hear it. You find yourself moving, and you don't even know why you're moving, because your soul is stirred. Coming from the South, you know, I grew up in church, like we all did in the South. But you know, life introduces you to yourself, you know, and I had to come to a point in life where God had to reach down and tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, listen, I need to get your attention, you know, because you need to realize from whence you came. You need to realize where the power is, you know. And once I tapped into that power, things have been going up, because he's already orchestrated everything. You know, he's ordered my steps. You know, everything is already there. I'm just, like I said, I'm just learning the script. I'm just trying to get my part right. He's already written the play. Well, every time I play like it's the last time. You know, life's not promised to you. And every time I perform like I'm never gonna perform again. I don't know where this is gonna take me. I don't know. But I know on my way, I'm gonna do it like I never did it before. Every time is like the first time.
Well, my middle name is John. My name is Malcolm John Michael Crow Rabenak. And with all of them names to speak of, just John. And in the beginning with John. And the word was John. And there's John. So if you look at that John, and I knew that there was a guy named Dr. John, lived in the 1800s. My sister worked for an antique store in New Orleans. And she used to be interested in a lot of stuff, and I was interested in a lot of stuff like gree-gree and hoodoo and voodoo, whatever you like to call it, don't matter, but we call it gree-gree. And I used to go to place called the Cracker Jack drugstore and to Dr. Mighty's and Dr. Wonders and look at all of these things, little monkey's paws and glasses and stuff. And it used to fascinate me as a kid. I used to just wander the streets of New Orleans and look at stuff, and it was like, wow, look at that. If you know how to read stuff, you can learn stuff. And so I read a lot. That's one reason I got a nickname early on as Professor, but I didn't want to use that because of Professor Longhair. So people had other reasons for calling me doctor. And it had nothing to do with music or reading or nothing else, but they called me that, so. It was, but I wasn't planning to be Dr. Jones as a recording artist. I wanted Ronnie Barron to be the artist on my first record, and I did never want to make a record as a front man. I always thought frontmans was not my favorite people. I always just liked the musicians and just wanted to play the music in the background. I like to put on the shows for them, but being the front guy, you had to work the house and do stuff that I just thought, man, it's kind of lame. And I like the guys who just could play in the back. It's like when I went to meet Ray Charles in the 50s when he was cutting in New Orleans. I didn't go to meet Ray Charles. I went to meet his band. It was like if Fathead Newman and hadn't introduced me to Ray, it was cool at the time, but I really went to meet him. And he just, I guess he just felt obligated to introduce me to his boss, you know. And, but it was always that, the band. My father sold records when I was a little kid. And when I was a real little, I guess I don't even know how old, but I was real little. But as a kid, I got wanting to play music because I heard a record by Big Joe Turner and Pete Johnson. And I just thought Pete Johnson's piano playing behind Big Joe Turner singing. And as a little bitty kid, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be Pete Johnson. I don't care, she's in heaven or hell, I'm putting your way. She never gonna find no man lover like me. Look down at her body, said, baby, when I die, I want $10 gold piece on my eye.